Hey guys, Jonas here bringing you another video. Today I want to talk to you about the newest action RPG on the market currently, Dragonkin. They just did a hot fix this morning to fix a lot of the bugs for their story and also for endgame. Going into it, they did fix some story issues where items weren't triggering properly or just not appearing on the map. I'll give you an example of one, like you had to find a stump with a compass in it. You would actually go to that area where it's located at, and sometimes that quest would not appear, so you had to backtrack. Looks like they addressed a few of those issues, which is great to see. The other thing they did is in-game was having some issues on the honey board itself, where like rewards weren't populating correctly after you completed a hunt. There were some issues with the hunt just not showing completable, or like you wouldn't be able to go to the next step or the next hunt, and then you would do that hunt over and over again, and it just would not complete. But sometimes it would finally complete where you could actually go to the next one. So it looks like they addressed that issue. Another issue they addressed was the compass indicator not showing up. So example would be I would die on a boss fight, or I would be like so like you. The hunts are long. They are definitely long. So you'd be like progressing through the hunt. You would die, and you would have to go back to town, and you'd want to start that hunt back to where you left off at, and you'd go back into the map, and you would have no indicators on where to go. So it looks like they addressed that after death, which is great to see because that was definitely kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. The other thing they addressed is NPC issues. Um, like you would have situations where you would have to have the NPC follow you through the map, and once you would realize that the NPC is not following you, you'd be so far ahead where you had to go backtrack to find the NPC that's stuck or just not following you, and you have to really slow down and really make sure that NPC is following you because they would be left behind. Love to see that they're making these adjustments, like I was saying before, because they were definitely some very annoying issues that were causing some just frustration with the players. But like I said, it's been out for a week. It's in early access, so I love to see that they're. I said love to see like what 10 times there, but you get the point, right? It's good to see that a developer's on top of their game and making sure they adjust these little bugs. So there's also a roadmap if you guys aren't aware of what's planning, what's to come and what's their plan is for the rest of the year. Spring, they're going to be introducing some new skills to the current three classes in the game. They are going to be adding some new in-game hunts, modifiers, dungeons, and enemies and bosses, which is great to see. We'd love to have new bosses to fight, and adding to the hunts to the board will be a great thing because a lot of people are already finished with all the hunts already, and we're just going to the next step on the board. New in-game activity. Love seeing in-game plans. Like that's something that's really missing the mark on Diablo 4. And PO2 always does a great job, but it would be nice to have another game that's really focused on in-game so we can add to our rotation of games because I'll be honest with you, Diablo 4 is kind of fallen off the map quite a bit. So this might actually replace D4 for me. So test the wheels, the plan for the next in-game system. And then when we go into the game in a second, you'll see there's lots of city features missing. We'll talk about that in a second. In the summer, they're adding that fourth class that's not introduced yet, that you can't select, which is great to see. More skills for your current three classes, more hunts, and more city features. And then in autumn, we have a really big update coming, which is multiplayer. A lot of people on the stream is always asking if this game is multiplayer. The answer is no at the moment, but in autumn they are going to introduce that so we can play with our friends. And then they're going to add new skills for all four classes and new city features. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is things I want them to address as soon as possible. There's two things on this list that I really need them to take care of. Like, it's just not a good feeling at all in the game. Crowd control is ridiculous at the moment. There's these little snake lizard dudes on the map, especially like in the water maps, usually is where you find them at, that just constantly stun lock you. And you cannot do anything. It's like literally you're stun locked. You like for seconds. Like you're talking 4 or 5 seconds where you die because you can't get out of the way. So they really need to address the crowd control. Death death explosions is kind of bad at the moment as well. It's only one particular mob that has it. It's the frog dudes, but you can find them anywhere in the hunts sometimes. But like it's like less than a second where the death explosion goes off, and it does a lot of damage to you. Where I've been one shot to this death explosion, especially if it's a rare mob. a rare frog mob dude that has this explosion, it'll one shot you for sure. So they need to make it where it's pretty visible because it has this like circle that actually like enlarges, so you know it's coming. But like I said, zero point 0.5 seconds, you're dead. So I think they need to address it, make it a little bit longer, so you can get away, especially if you're a melee character. It makes it almost impossible. For hunts itself, they are pretty long. I don't know if they need to make adjustments to how long they are, because the good thing about the hunts is you can actually like progress through them. Like you can like let's say you're halfway through the hunt and you need to go. When you come back into the game, you're at the part you left off at. So that's kind of the cool thing about that. But I don't know if casual players are going to like how long they are because they can take hours to complete a hunt sometimes. So I don't know if they need to make adjustments to how long they are or not. Um, I'm kind of on the fence about this. I think a lot of people are saying they really want to make them a little shorter. We'll see what happens with that. I'm honestly okay with either or because, like I said, you can stop and come back to it. Um, One thing they need to do though, maps are pretty big, right? I would love to see them do some sort of like checkpoints on the map. PoE2 does this really well, where because there are times where, like once again, maps are so big and you're at the top right corner of the map, let's say, and then you complete a part of the hunt, and it's asking you to go to the other side of the map, so you have to walk all the way back. Sometimes you can take the teleport because they do have a fast traveling system in the game, and it will get you closer, but not always does this work. So I think checkpoints are necessary to have on the maps just to make it so we can fast travel to the checkpoints. I think this will be very beneficial to us, especially with these large maps in the hunts. The other thing that I would love to see is more customization, more auto itemization when it comes to items. Right now, it's pretty stagnant. Let's actually go into the game really quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about these things. Um, One second, let me make a switch here. All right, we should see the game now. So the first thing I want to talk about is that fourth character. So right now, we see we have available to us, we have our knight character, we have a barbarian character, and then we also have the oracle. Those are the three classes currently in the game. This summer, they're going to introduce this fourth class, so I'm really looking forward to being able to play that. Currently, I've tried the knight out. The knight, very, I don't know if I'm really a big fan of the knight. I am playing the barb right now, having a lot of fun with the barb. I think I'll be able to get this barb to end game is the plan with well, it's in the end game, but to get to the mythic gear. So looking forward to that. And you can actually change the look of the character. So there are different like you can see what the character looks like at the end game, which is pretty cool how you can see that. So definitely looks pretty cool when you actually get the better gear on. So looking forward to that. I think the Oracle probably looks the coolest. I'm looking forward to playing the Oracle. I haven't played her yet, so that's my things that are on my list to dos. Right now, I am playing the Barb. So going into the game, the first thing I want to talk to you about is the city changes that are going to be coming down the road. We already talked about how they're going to be um, all the way to autumn, adding new features to the city. And when we go over to the different systems right now, you can see there's lots of things missing in the game. So they're going to make some adjustments to the jailer. So maybe I don't know if they're going to add more wormlings or just more gear options for them. We'll have to wait and see. There's this thing called the memory list. It's a feature coming later in the update, so that's coming probably maybe summer or autumn. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But it looks like it's something with the fragment system. They also have the artificer coming. So item corruption transfer service. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of corruption systems they have planned in the game. And then they have the another system here for ornaments, ornament creation service for mythical armor. So another customization option we have. So, like I was saying, I want to see more itemization. Maybe these systems will give us that itemization we're looking for. That's hopefully the plan. They also have the Massacre of Scales coming soon to the game. Enchanters coming to the game soon. They have an Atlas coming. Lots of different systems they have planned, right? Which is good to see. Um, they also have more plans for rings and jewelry. Probably like amulets, I'm assuming, will be coming to the game. I'm hoping. Slums is coming, so more systems. Like if you go through here, you'll see there's lots of different things that are coming to the game. Another system here that will allow the creation of character configurations and increase the storage space. So more storage for our characters, which is good to see. So yeah, definitely a lot of plans for this game down the road. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Um, but yeah, so itemization is something that I'm hoping that will be addressed when they add those different systems. Because right now, when you look at the gear, all you have is focus on more armor, more resistances, more block damage, more HP. You have like energy gain, which is really important for a Whirlwind to be able to continue to Whirlwind through the maps. So it's really stagnant, like more attack speed, more life drain, and more elite damage. Nothing that really specializes your character to like say you get a really cool item that falls that will really like change the change your skills to do something completely different. That's something that's really missing in the game at the moment. They do have mythic gear that I haven't got yet, which has talents on them. But once again, if you look at the different talents trees, it's just more armor, more bonus damage, more life drain, more walk speed. Once again, it's nothing that really changes the look or the feel of your class. That's what's really missing right now into the game. There's really a lot of stagnant skills. And then one other thing I want to show you too is when we go into a map, I want to show you how large these maps are. So when you go into it, we'll let it load here, and you pull up the map, they are pretty large. So I mean, I'm scrolling. You can see how big they are. Now you can obviously go out and see the whole map, but I just want to show you. I really want to show you how big they are. So like I have a quest down here I have to complete. But what will happen is I'll go all the way down here, and then they'll have me backtrack to go over to this dungeon, possibly, right? Or go up here. And what I would love them to see is have checkpoints in the map so you can just click on and go directly to them. Now, obviously, what you can do is when you go to the map, usually when you have a different area you need to go to, if you click on this, it'll open up the actual teleport, and then you can click on it and it'll go directly to like the closest option to that quest. That doesn't always work though, right? I've noticed that sometimes it'll just throw you in the completely wrong area of the map, but that is an option that they have in the game. It's not the most useful option sometimes, but once again, at least they have some sort of fast traveling system. I think checkpoints would be big. But other than that, that's kind of what I wanted to show you right now. I wanted to show you the hotfix changes, what's planned, during the whole year, and kind of show you, my ideas of things I would love to see addressed and fixed down the road. Man, I'm telling you right now, they got to fix the stun lock. Like, I wish they would have fixed the stun lock in the hotfix that was available today, because it's definitely a big issue. Um, like you should have heard me on the stream yesterday. I was so fired up, where I was to the point where I was just bitching so much. Sorry for the language, but yeah, it was very frustrating for sure. And I'm sure I'm not the only one having these issues. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoy these videos. I'll be making a couple other videos today as well. Sorry to make a video yesterday. I had some plans that didn't allow me to um, have the time to actually make a video. But yeah, I'll definitely be trying to at least get one video out a day for you guys is always the plan. But definitely make sure you come to my live stream. I'll be there today, um, probably around I would say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock today, and I plan on streaming for at least 7 to 8 hours. Really appreciate everybody that is joining the live streams, who's actually checking out these videos. It means a lot to me. Continue to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys over at the live stream today. Take care, guys. Thanks again. Bye.